Hey everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I have an entire summer full of really fun tutorials that I've been working so hard on, and you guys are gonna love it and have so much fun. So this is the video you guys have been asking for months, for probably 6 months now. So the craft room tour is officially here. So I am taking you behind the scenes. I am showing you everything about my craft room. So we are going to be opening drawers. We're going to be going through all of the organizational things. I'll show you all of my filming equipment and how everything is set up. In my previous craft room tour, I was showing you how I just had one little table in my basement, which is where I still am, but now we have dedicated so much more space to my little crafting area, and I am so excited to show you how it turned out. So while this craft tour has been months and months in the making, there are a few reasons why it has taken me so long. The first reason is obvious. It took me a long time to decide exactly where I wanted everything. It took me a long time to shop for the exact things that I wanted. I'm a little bit picky. I had an exact vision, but then at the same time, my vision kind of changed as I started moving things in, and I started realizing what was going to work and what wasn't, which leads me to my second reason why this has taken so long to film. So the second reason, which I have told you guys in a previous video, the reason it's taken me so long is because I got everything in its place, and then I started crafting within my space, and I started realizing that I needed some things moved and I needed to adjust some things, and there were some things that I didn't like where I put them originally, and I had to move them. So that was actually such a big takeaway for me and one of my biggest lessons. So I wanted to mention it because I kind of feel like everybody thinks their craft room is going to be so perfect the first time, and it really isn't, because you have to get into your craft room to really see how you craft and how everything is flowing together, and then you can make all of those adjustments so that everything really works perfectly for you in the end. And I say perfect, but nothing is ever perfect, but everything will work the best that they can, and then you can make those adjustments and you can move things or buy new things or reorganize or just make all those little adjustments so that everything works just as you hoped it would, and everything is within arm's reach when you need it. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you everything about my new craft space. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you are as excited as I am, because this has been such a labor of love. I am enjoying every bit of it, and I know you guys are going to love it. So let's go ahead and look at all the things, and be sure to leave me your comments in the comment box below. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them if I can, and also be sure to utilize the description box below the video, where I will link as many things as possible about my craft room and try to link as many of the little organization things or products that I have. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so bear with me. I am going to be the videographer and the narrator and the tour guide, all of the things. So I'm going to walk you all the way through this, and then we will move over to my craft space over here, which is what you guys usually see when I am filming, and I'm going to go through all of the things. So we're going to start over here. I'm going to try to categorize everything with names. So we're going to refer to this area as the drawer wall. That way, when you guys are looking at the description box below and trying to find anything that you need, you can just look in that section if there's something over here that you wanted to know more about. Okay, so these are drawers that I purchased off of Amazon. They are 7 drawer units, and I purchased 4 of them. And then I really wanted to do a little ombre vinyl little label system here, so that's what I decided to do, and I love how that turned out. So I also got a new lamp for this area, and then a really fun linen pegboard that I thought would be really fun. I haven't done anything with this wall yet. It's very simple right now, but my plans are to have this be somewhat of an inspiration board, and then I'm wondering if I should do some kind of additional decor over here, but that is going to wait until probably this fall when the weather is cooler and we're not outside as much. So I also have my printer here that I use for print and cut or just regular printing. And then I have some pens and fun things. And then I have my beloved HTV and vinyl scrap bin, which I did a video about. It is my favorite system for storing all of my scraps. And let me tell you, I have gotten so many wonderful projects out of saving my scraps and using those. So I keep that over there. I love it. And then I am going to take you through all of these fun little drawers because I absolutely love seeing what is inside of people's drawers. I think it's so fun, especially to see what and how people organize. So let's go ahead and get started. So over here we have, this whole area is dedicated mostly to vinyl and vinyl accessories. So we have patterned vinyls for the top two, we have solid vinyls for the second two, smart vinyls for the Joy, printable vinyls, and then transfer tape. So I'll go ahead and show you inside how I like to organize it. I like to color code it, so my pattern vinyls are somewhat color coded, and then I'll just walk you through these. So super fun. I love how these turned out. And then we have our solid vinyls, and then smart vinyls right down here. Okay, and then we have printable vinyl, and then I have a couple of the Joy products in here as well that I really, really like. And then my final drawer is for transfer tape. So for my transfer tape, I have the rolls, and then I also have a little bin just for the scraps that I have left over, and then underneath is where I store the sheets. Okay, and then my little second area of drawers is all dedicated to iron-on. And at the bottom we have some stencils, stickers, and wood products. So for my first two drawers, I have all of my patterned iron-on. This is one of my favorite drawers. It's just so pretty. And then again, I just color code it accordingly, kind of in rainbow order is what I'm going for. And then we have all of our solid iron-on or kind of glitter. Super fun. Okay, and then we have smart iron-on. So this is all for the Joy, kind of running low on that. And then the smart iron-on sheets over here. Okay, and then we have sticker products and then stencil products. So that's all of the things in this drawer. And then of course, some of the things for wood. So this is the stuff that I use with the Cricut Maker, and I have that in that little drawer. Okay, and then my next little bank of drawers is infusible ink for the big machines, and then the Joy, we also have felt fabric, faux leather, and foil. So of course, infusible ink, and then I also have some of the heat resistant tape. I haven't actually used that yet, but I purchased it for some sublimation things. And then I have more infusible ink, again, trying to color coordinate it and keep it all together. And then my last little bit of infusible ink. We then have the Joy infusible ink, super fun, and felt and fabric, love this drawer. And we have faux leather, one of my favorite drawers. I have done so many tutorials coming up this summer with faux leather. So if you are new here, be sure to subscribe because I've been having so much fun with faux leather. And then we have our foil. So super, super fun. And then I love my final little bit. So we have a little bits and bobs drawer ×2 for all of those little things I'll show you. We have resin supplies. I mentioned in a recent tutorial that I really want to get into resin. I have not taken that jump yet, but I have been collecting things as I've seen them on sale. Bullet journal supplies, heat press mats, my bright pad, and then everyone needs a miscellaneous drawer. It is so important. So bits and bobs, super fun. I found these little containers at Michael's. They are awesome, and I just have all those little things that don't usually have a home but are in small quantities. So we have some tacks, and then we have little wooden beads, some felt, I think these are wool felt beads, and little clips for creating snap clips, little keychain accessories, lots of fun things in this drawer. And then for our next drawer, we're continuing bits and bobs. I have a lot of extras. I think it's super important, and I'll say it again in this video, to have extra storage so you can grow into it, or just to have some blank space, because blank space is so important. But we have some little letterboard letters and much more fun things, glue sticks, stuff like that. Okay, then I have my little beginning of resin supplies. Again, I have not started, but I'm collecting little things that have caught my eye and things that I want to try. I showed you guys this in a recent unboxing, these little gummy bears, so cute. And then I really want to try these too. These are little hair clip molds, so that will be super fun. Okay, and then we have bullet journal supplies, and I have a bunch of little supplies in here. And we have heat press mats, then my bright pad, And for miscellaneous, we have, oh, my pink tools, and then we have some magnetic sheets. Okay, so that is it for my little bank of drawers. I absolutely love how this area turned out. I think I would be lost without it. It has definitely helped me get things organized, and I just really love this section. Okay, so as we rotate from this fun area, we then go into my new space here. So we are going to start right here. This is a little cube system that I actually got at the last minute. So I'm actually really happy that I got this. This is not full, so this is pretty empty. I have a couple bins that are full, but most of the stuff is just empty bins, which is fun to grow into. So I have these little bins here. I have not labeled the little labels. The labels were purchased separately, and I have them in another area of my craft room too, which I will show you in a little bit where I have labeled them. But down here in this bin, I have all of my sublimation blanks that I have so far. So I showed you a lot of that stuff in a recent unboxing. And then over here, I have my new button press plus all of the accessories that I have purchased so far for that. And then I have just blank storage up here. So I love that there is some empty space to grow into. Plus there was a book I was reading about organization because I am an organization lover. And it said something about every room should have an empty drawer or an empty cabinet, which is easier said than done sometimes, but I love that not everything has to be so full. So I love that. And then up here, I showed you guys all of this fun stuff in a recent haul that I did. I'll try to link that video for you guys if you missed it, but this is just waiting for its home because I need to go and put it through all of those drawers that you guys just saw. Okay, so I will refer to this area as the cube bin area. That way I can go ahead and show you these little bins that I got. I'm obsessed with the pink bins. They are amazing. And then I'll also show you the little rope bins plus those little labels. I love the little hanging labels, and they're awesome because you can fit them on any type or just about any type of little storage bin, and then you can label your little heart away, which is totally my love language. Okay, so now we can go ahead and move into my new craft space. I absolutely love it. I'm having so much fun down here, and I just love how it turned out. So if you remember from my previous video, this used to be our family room area, and then my husband had the idea that we should convert this into more of a craft space and give me a dedicated craft space to craft. So what we did was just shifted our little couch and TV and workout area right over here, which worked out absolutely perfect. And then we gave myself a dedicated craft space over here. So it's so fun to work in, and I love that I'm not so crunched or limited. I have a lot more space and opportunity for organization. So it has been so fun. So in terms of getting all of this put together, I was definitely more of the designer, and my husband did all of the work. He just figured out how to do all of the lighting and all of my new video equipment. I absolutely am so thankful because I am definitely the more creative, and he knows how to do all of the technical stuff. So I'll do my best to walk you around what he did in terms of camera equipment and lighting, but you'll just find a lot of that in the description box below. So I have some lighting up ahead that's mounted to the ceiling that shines down on my table / craft area, which is awesome. I keep this light off when I'm filming because it casts too much of a yellow hue, but I have it on right now. And then I have some additional camera equipment and lighting up here. This helps me do my overhead shots, plus it has my microphone balancing there as well. And then I have my new equipment here, which is my front facing camera, which I absolutely love. So this is helping me now do my interviews. So I have that, and then I have a little confidence monitor here, which shows me a little preview of my top-down camera so that I can see what I'm doing and making sure that my craft and demonstrations are within the frame when I am filming. So absolutely love how that turned out, and I'm in love with my new equipment. So my old equipment was actually amazing. The reason why I switched up some of my cameras was because I am also a very active and avid photographer of our family, so I wanted some of my Nikon equipment back so I could do that. And then we went mirrorless for my new equipment. So I got some new mirrorless cameras, which I'm super, super thrilled with. So I'll be sure to link everything that I have in the description box below, because that's pretty much all I know about that. Okay, so let's go ahead back up here for just a second and I will show you this little craft cart. So the craft cart is actually something that I brought with me from my old little craft area. I love a craft cart. It helps so much in terms of organization. The thing that's new about it is I did purchase the cart topper for the top, which has come in major handy. And then below I have my Cricut easy presses. So I have the largest, medium, and then the small is down there, as well as my little mini that's tucked inside. And then I have my little cords. These are all the little cords for my machines. And the reason why I don't have them always plugged in is because I personally just like to unplug all of my equipment when I'm not using them. Plus it lets me interchange out what machine I'm using for either the craft I'm doing or the tutorial that I'm filming. Okay, so as we rotate over, this is the area that you guys see most often, which is my desk area, because I am filming from top down. So you guys see my little craft mat. I have a tutorial on how I made that. Everyone is always asking. It's one of my most popular questions about my craft mat. So I'll link that for you so that you know how I made that. And then I have my computer, and then I have some additional drawers over here. So my drawers over here now are just a little home for some office supplies and a little filing system. And then you guys helped me make this cute little memory card dish, which is where I just keep all of my little memory cards from when I am filming. That way I know what needs to be edited. And then this is how I like to store my mats. I just got this little mail file system from Michael's. You can just get any type of little mail organizer, and then I just put all of my mats in there according to color. So I have my fabric mat, and then my light grip and standard mat here, strong grip, and then I have my little joy mats in the back. They just are an easy way for me to store mine, but there are so many different methods for storing mats. This is just what I liked the best and what has really worked for me. And then I have my little pegboard system, which I love. So I was telling you in my last tutorial that I think a pegboard system is actually a really, really wonderful way to make the most of a small space. So I still brought it over here because I love how it organizes all of my little weeding accessories. Plus, it gets all those little tiny things out of the way and gives them a home. So I have my notebook where I like to keep just some ideas for what I want to bring to the channel, some stickers that you guys probably find familiar from me making on my channel, transfer tape, so a little scraper, brayer tool, measuring tape, and lots of fun little things. Of course, little love notes from the girls and some vinyl, just all bits and bobs. So I love having all of that there. And then my back wall is what you guys are recently seeing, because now I am doing more of an interview style for my intros. So this is what you will see as my backdrop. So I love this area, and I'll go through all of this now and show you what's behind all these cupboards. Okay, so before we go into those little cabinets and what's all organized inside of those, we will just go through this little back wall. So again, super excited about the shiplap. It turned out so beautiful. And this is now familiar to you guys because I have now started doing an interview style for my intros to my videos, and this is what you see as my backdrop behind me. So the little end pieces, the little white cupboard areas, I purchased these from Target, and I love them. I love that my machines fit fairly well inside, and I'll go over each one. So over here I have my machines. So of course we have the Maker, Cricut Explore Air 2, and then the Joy and the Mug Press both fit really nicely on top. And then on my second one over here, I have a new little washi tape storage system. So this is from Michael's, and I just really love this. So it really has helped just organize all of that washi tape. It has 3 rows, and it's just really, really nice. So I love how that has just given my washi tape a really nice home. Plus it's really nice to look at too. And then I also have a little desktop trash can there and some more storage up top. And then again, some just additional storage for some supplies that I like to grab real quick. And then Aside from the shiplap, one of my favorite things that we did was these little floating shelves. I love them. So my husband worked so hard on these. I originally was going to go on Etsy and I was showing him that I wanted some floating shelves, and he was instantly convinced that he could do them himself, and he was so right. They turned out beautiful, and they are even more beautiful than what I was originally shopping for. So one thing that I really love about them is the depth is perfect to the little end pieces that I have. So he did a wonderful job with that. Plus, we just researched and kept thinking about the color, and he completely nailed it when it came to the exact color that I wanted. So these are one of my favorite things that I have in my craft space. I am so grateful, and we are both pretty proud of them. So I have the little floating shelves. So on the top, I have a little piece of artwork from my daughter, which I absolutely love. And then I have some paintbrushes. This is my little llama that holds my little glue sticks, which is so fun. And then on the other side, I have some little pink letterboard letters, and then my little tool organizer, which I have a tutorial on how to decorate this and make it all cutesy. And then below, we just have some decor. I have these little jars, which are really fun. I keep my little cotton swabs in here for rubbing alcohol. I really need to refill that. And then just some fun little pens, as well as this is a new little guy. This is actually a glitter vacuum. I absolutely cannot handle mess, and glitter is one of those. So when I saw they had a glitter vacuum, I decided to get it. I haven't used it yet because, again, I just have had no energy for glitter, but I will be using that soon. And then again, just some additional vinyl and decor. So we also, going down from there, over here is my new Sawgrass SG500. I love it. You guys know I love it. This was one of my favorite purchases for my craft space, and I'm having so much fun with that. So be sure to check out my sublimation playlist to see more Sawgrass tutorials, because they are really fun, and it's so easy to use. And then I have a little pen storage system here. So these are all Cricut pens in the first two. So these are all for the Explorer and Maker. And then I believe the second one is all Joy. And then the others are non-Cricut pens. Those are just for bullet journaling. And then I have a little carousel guide down here, which is an additional storage for some fun pens. And I actually went through and bought a bunch of pens when I was beginning to bullet journal, so that's how that filled up so quickly. Okay, and then I have a new heat press over here, so you'll see me do a tutorial soon on that. Plus, we have a new little webcam right here, which will help me film a little bit more close up for this area, since it won't be something that I bring over to my main table. So be on the lookout. Hopefully I have this coming in some tutorials soon. So I also have a new little paper towel holder, which I really like. It's really nice to have on hand. And then this little gadget down here is my Archon mount, which just helps to steady my phone when doing little tutorials for Instagram. I have not used this a lot yet. I've tested with it a little bit, but I haven't used it a ton yet just because of time. So one thing I really like is that we also have some storage behind this little cabinet area where I can fit a lot of my larger blanks. So all of those oversized signs or oversized wood signs, I can keep behind there and just have them tucked away. So I'm really happy with that additional and thoughtful piece of storage area. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into these little cabinets, and this is kind of the last little bit before we wrap up. So inside this first cabinet, we have fun little baskets, and these are the same labels that I was showing you earlier, but I actually was able to get them personalized. So in this first basket, I have all of my sublimation blanks, some additional ones. I showed you some on the other side of my craft room, but this first one is all coffee mugs. So those are all my sublimation coffee mugs. And then I have some additional sublimation blanks over here. So in here you will see some Cricut t-shirts and their pillowcases. Also the little, what are these called? Oh, they're the little bags that you can sublimate on. So I have just a few of the little sublimation things in here, as well as some of the accessories such as a little lint roller and a lint-free cloth and things like that, plus some of the coasters. So I tried to keep this more of the Cricut infusible ink blanks, and then of course the coffee mugs over here. And then below I have all my fabric blanks. So these are things like dish towels and aprons and t-shirts, just things that I have found on sale that I'm saving for the perfect design to go on. And then over here are just miscellaneous blanks. So those are things like little wine glasses and tumblers, just little things that we can put some fun either iron on or adhesive vinyl on. So I like shopping a good sale and just keeping them for gifts and fun little ideas to bring to the channel. So that is all what's in the first cabinet. I really loved the cube system, plus also the little label system to help determine what is inside each basket. So you guys know me, I love the organization. Okay, so moving on to this little second bank of cabinets. This houses all of my paper craft things, and I really love how this turned out. I actually took a lot of time to really think through how I wanted to get all of this organized, and I'm really happy with how everything is laid out and functional. So in here, in the very top, I have a large basket that I purchased to house all of my large 12 by 12 scrapbook paper pads, and it worked out really, really nicely. And then going to the left, this is just a little acrylic container that houses my 8.5 by 11 cardstock, as well as my laser copy paper that I use for infusible ink or sublimation. And then over here I have a couple clear containers that house just some bits and bobs. So the bottom all has little embellishments for cards and scrapbooking, and then the top has little adhesive methods. So I have some tape, glue, little foam backed dots, which I love. So lots of little adhesives in there that come in handy. And then going down to the second row, we have a nice big storage solution for all of that loose 12 by 12 paper. So I have all of that all ready to go. And then in these boxes, I can bring these out to show you. This top one has all card stuff. So if I open this up, I just have some card making things, some additional envelopes, Cricut Joy card packs, and some additional card packs. I got this new little corner punch, which I showed you in my haul recently, bone folder, and then this is where I house all of my little 6x6 paper packs. And that's because usually, more often than not, I use the little 6x6 for cards, so I naturally just house those all together. So I love how that turned out. I really like these top-down bins as well. They make it really easy for just finding what you need quickly, plus they're nice and clear so you can remember what's inside. So in the other one, I just have some punches, and then I have some ribbon in the back. And then to the left of that, I just have my little paper trimmers that I love using that you guys see in a bunch of my tutorials. And then over here, I have, ooh, they're hiding, but let me bring them out. I purchased these little envelopes, so they're nice and big, but they house all of the little scrap pieces that come off of the scrapbook paper or any paper crafts that I'm doing. So just like I like to store my scrap adhesive vinyl and HTV, I also like to keep all those little scrap pieces of paper too, because they come in handy. So I have a little filing system for that has just worked out really well, and then I just sneak to the side. Okay, so saying goodbye to that sweet little pretty cabinet, it just makes me so happy. It's so colorful and cheerful. Okay, so moving on to this final little cabinet, this is where I house a lot of my wood blanks. So I like to keep a little storage of wood blanks. Some of them are because they came in a multi-pack and then I had an extra one that I'm storing when I didn't use it. A lot of the time I shop a really good sale and pick up things that I know that I will craft with down the road, either for a gift or for home decor. So I like to keep all of those on hand and organized. So what we have here is we have our little paint supplies up here, which you guys know is my favorite chalk paint hiding there. And then I have some framed blanks, which inside of here are just little frames and bits and bobs that I have picked up that I really like to work with. And then I have little wooden blanks. So just little things that I have seen here and there that are super, super cheap and affordable. This is a cute little guy that I want to do something with soon, and just some smaller wooden pieces that I can do some crafts with. And then at the very bottom, you'll just see some larger wooden blanks. Again, I have some larger ones in the back too, but larger ones just based by size that I have all ready to go for the perfect design and perfect project. Okay, so there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes of my little craft space and reveal of the new area that I am lucky enough to work in. I'm just really, really excited about this space. So I hope you all enjoyed taking a little sneak peek behind cupboards and drawers, and I hope this was helpful in some way to help you either organize or get inspired with how you would like to set up your space. Again, I'll try my best to link as many things as I can in the description box below the video, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next tutorial.